Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopal Govinda. Okay. Mugam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langa Yate Girim Yatkapa Tamaham Mande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, Text 20. Nata Nartaka Gandharva
Gandharva
Suta Magda Vandita
Vandina
Gayanti Chotama Sloka
Gayanti Chotama Shloka
Charitani Adbudani Cha
Charitani Adbhutani Cha
Nata Nartaka Gandharva Sutamagata Vandina
Vandina
Gayanti Cha Uttama Sloka
Gayanti Chotama Shloka
Charitani Adbudani Cha
Charitani Adbhutani Cha
Nata Nartaka Gandharva Sutamagata Vandina Gayanti Cha Uttama Sloka Charitani Adbudani Cha. Synonyms, please repeat. Nata, dermatologist. Dramatist. Sorry.
Nata, dramatist.
Nartaka, dancers. Gandharva, celestial singers. Suta, professional historians. Magadha, professional genealogist. Vandina, professional learned speakers. Gayanti, chant. Cha, respectively. Uttama Sloka, the Supreme Lord. Charitani, activities. Adbhutani, all superhuman. Cha and. Translation, please repeat after me. Expert dramatists. Artists. Dancers, singers, historians. Genealogists. And learned speakers. All gave their respective contributions. Being inspired by superhuman pastimes of the Lord. Thus they proceeded on and on.
Purport. It appears that 5,000 years ago, the society also needed the services of the dramatists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, public speakers, etc. Dancers, singers, and dramatic artists mostly hailed from the Shudra community, whereas the learned historians, genealogists, and public speakers hailed from the Brahmana community. All of them belonged to a particular caste, and they became so trained in their respective families. Such dramatists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, and public speakers would dwell on the subject of the Lord's superhuman activities in different ages and millenniums, and not on ordinary events. Nor were they in chronological order. All the Puranas are historical facts described only in relation with the Supreme Lord in different ages and times, as well as on different planets also. Therefore, we do not find any chronological order. The modern historians, therefore, cannot catch up the link, and thus they unauthoritatively remark that the Puranas are all imaginary stories only. Even 100 years ago in India, all dramatic performances were centered around the superhuman activities of the Supreme Lord. The common people would be verily entertained by the performances of dramas and yatra parties played wonderfully on the superhuman activities of the Lord. And thus, even the illiterate agriculturist would be a participant in the knowledge of Vedic literature, despite a considerable lack of academic qualifications. Therefore, expert players in drama, dancers, singers, speakers, etc., are required for the spiritual enlightenment of the common man. The genealogists would give account completely of the descendants of a particular family. Even at the present moment, the guides in the pilgrimage sites of India submit a complete account of genealogical tables before a newcomer. This wonderful act sometimes attracts more customers to receive such important information.
Om Tat Sat. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namah. Mugham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yatkripa Tamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyam Ishwaram. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Jayapataka Swami Niti Namini Nama Acharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gavrakata Namadaya Nagaragram Tarane Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gurvani Pracharane Nirvita Sanyamada Paschatya Devsdarane Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauda Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay. So very, very beautiful scene. Now, whatever we are going through is the entrance of Krishna from Hastinapura into Dwaraka. So Dwarakapuri, very, very beautiful island city which was created by Krishna. Already the land was there. It was called Anartas. That place earlier was very, very long time before. That just the land was there, and the kingdom was held by Rohini's father. Sorry, not Rohini, Revati's father, which is Balram's wife's father, had that kingdom. And then he went to find a very good match. Balram's father, Revati is a very, very wonderful princess of a king called Kukudmi. This Kukudmi lived many, many thousands of years before, and then he felt that there is nobody suitable for his daughter. His daughter is also one of the expansion of the Balram's consort. So he didn't find a matching, so he thought, I'll ask Brahma. So he went to Brahmaloka just for a second to ask Brahma a suitable match for his daughter. Then Brahma said that, okay, so you want a suitable match for your daughter. Now Balram is there, appeared, and you have to give to Balram your daughter. He asked, okay, to the king, who are all qualified kings you're thinking? So he said like this. He gave some names. Then Brahma said that he laughed. Brahma laughed. Because you came here for just a second, 2-3 seconds or 1 or 2 minutes we are speaking. Before we speak this 1 or 2 minutes, already many kalpas or many things, not kalpa, many yugas are finished in the earth. So at present, whatever kings you are naming, all of them are dead. No more they are there. So at present, Kali Yuga is going on. Immediately go now. Balram is there, so you can get your daughter married to Balram. And that very moment he was there. And when he wanted to get his daughter married to Balram, to approach Balram, he wanted to take some wealth from his kingdom. He went and saw that was totally deserted, just a land inside the water. Nothing was there. Then he went to Balram and said that, like, I went to Brahmaloka to find before many yugas are finished. So these are all some evidences where we see that the time difference, which is mentioned in the scriptures, are very much true. And even in the present world, we can see the time difference happening between India and US. So it is nothing to be wondered that one day here, for example, in Pitru Loka, 30 days of our 1 month is 1 day for them. And similarly, if you go into Swarkaloka, then it is like heavenly planets, which is like our 6 months is a day, our 6 months is a night. So our 1 year is a 1 day for them. So like this, the time difference varies because the sun is moving around, and there is a Kala Chakra which is set for every planetary system. And based on the Kala Chakra time, then based on that, the time varies from place to place. So even here, the Kala Chakra is moving. When there is the daytime in India, is a night time in America. And then when there is in Japan, when the early morning sun is rising, then in US the sun is setting, and India the sun is it's a midnight in India, and then in US again sunset is there. So in this way, different places we can see that the time is different, and it varies. And even among within our world itself, there is so many time zones. The world is divided into around 22.5 or something, 22 or 23 time zones. So even when breaking Ekadashi, Dwadasi, on Dwadasi day, Ekadashi fast, we see that for every city there is a difference, because the sun also rises in a different time. So the Ekadashi also, the moon also rises in a different time. So the moon goes like 12 times faster than the sun. Both sun and moon are moving, but the moon is more far away from Earth. First the sun comes and then the moon comes, and the sun is 12 times slower than the moon. Moon is very faster in its movement. So both are like chariots only. Very huge one, like a big country or a city. Very big chariots, huge ones. They're self-effulgent chariots. So in this way, the time can be seen. So here, this Anarthas, the place where then Krishna and Balram, they were initially, even though they appeared, Krishna appeared in Mathura, he was taken to Vrindavan for a safety. His father felt, and by the order of Krishna, of course, when he appeared, he ordered his parents to send him to Vrindavan. So then he lived for 16 years. On his birthday, on the 16th birthday, exactly, he and Balram came back to Mathura. Mathura, Devaki and Vasudeva were arrested by Kamsa. And then he moved, and Balram, of course, was transferred to the womb of Rohini from the womb of Devaki. Before even, so Kamsa didn't even know there was a 7th child. So when Krishna, Devaki was pregnant with Krishna, he thought it's the 8th child. He was thinking it's a 7th child. Actually, it's the 8th child. So he was not so very careful. Anyway, he didn't know that there was a child in between. And Balram already went to Vrindavan and was ready. They were said to be protecting Krishna for that. As an elder brother, he appeared. And then the baby came, and they both grew, and then they came back and they killed Kamsa and some of the Asuras. And then Ugrasena became the king. Ugrasena is the grandfather of Krishna, means father of Devaki. And Vasudeva was his minister. Very top class minister. Very high level. And so this Ugrasena got his daughter Devaki married to Vasudeva, very righteous and wonderful person. So in this way, then again, when there are some enemies which were created because he killed Kamsa, Kamsa had many Asuric friends, and they were keep on disturbing the kingdom of Mathura. So the citizens were getting regular wars, but they were not affected because even outside the fort itself, Krishna and Balaram will finish everybody. And the Jarasandha, and they go and bring another. Jarasandha is the main person. Who's the Jarasandha? Jarasandha is nobody but the father-in-law of Kamsa, because Jarasandha had many nice daughters, and he got them married to Kamsa. And later, when Kamsa was killed by Krishna, then all his daughters became widows and they came back to the father. The kingdom was taken over by Ugrasena. So they are all Kamsa's wives. So as widows, they went back to Jarasandha. So Jarasandha was very angry that the son-in-law was killed, and then he kept on attacking Mathura. And so Krishna wanted to protect the citizens, and disturbance. Protection is very easy for them. Very quickly, within a short war, Krishna and Balarama finished everybody. So, but still, the everyday affair. So they wanted them to be in a happy and enjoy in bliss. So they transferred all of them into. So overnight, within a night, they wanted to find a place, because every time he goes and comes back with the new people, and everybody was killed except Jarasandha. Jarasandha is left alone. So actually, Balaram wanted to kill. Then Krishna said that no, let us leave him. Let him go and bring more envious people. So we want to. Krishna appeared here. One of the reasons. Krishna appeared here to give pleasure to the devotees. That is the main reason for his appearance. But he also appeared, one of the reasons is to finish the miscreants, like Paritranaya Sadhunam Vinashaya Chatushkradam Dharma Samsthapanataya Sambhavami Uhe. So he appears. And so then he went, then Jarasandha went and kept on bringing more and more people, and everybody was finished, and alone Jarasandha will go back. So in this way, then later Jarasandha, Bhima was made to kill the Jarasandha. Bhima, Krishna arranged Bhima later. But before that, what Krishna and Balaram did is they shifted the citizens into a new city, a very beautiful. So in overnight, they flew Garuda, they place. And the Balaram said that my father-in-law has a place, but it was there, very beautiful, by spiritual potency, Yogamaya, by Krishna created a beautiful, very large city of Dwarka. And in Dwarka, there are 16,108 palaces for 16,108 wives. And all the citizens had very royal opulence. Everybody was very blissful and happy, completely transcendent. It is not a magic, but it is original, real truth. And this world is in fact an illusion. It's temporary. Illusion in the sense that it exists, but it's temporary. And it always mixed with the dukkha and sukha, duality. But the transcendental is the real truth. One in the transcendental enjoys the real bliss, the real experience of real bliss, happiness we have never experienced. Only in Krishna consciousness and transcendental bliss can be enjoyed. So when we practice devotional service, we enjoy that. So in the city of Dwarka, is the ocean shore. From the ocean shore, there is pathway, and Krishna will proceed towards that, and people are rushing towards. First, he comes to the ocean shore. We saw that in previous 3 or 4 sloka, I don't know, maybe 10 sloka before. That Krishna blew his conch shell, Panjajanya. Panjajanyam Rishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya. We see in Bhagavad Gita that Krishna is blowing his conch shell called Panjajanya. Even there is a beautiful pastime related to that Panchajanya. Is like when Krishna and Balarama goes like this from Vrindavan to Mathura, where Kamsa is sending his assistant, chief, one of the chief minister, he is sending Akrura to go and bring Krishna and Balarama for a Malyuddha fight. So he wanted to have an entertainment program in a large assembly, where open ground and a large assembly. And there was a Kuale Pida elephant which was put in the front, in the entrance, so that as like a decoration, this elephant is standing. But it is meant to kill Krishna and Balaram. Same way inside, there are many various means arrangement Kamsa had made, because he very clearly understood Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Balaram as his plenary portion. Because he continuously was sending various asuras various places to find this kid and kill. But every time in Vrindavan only all the asuras were killed. So he understood in Vrindavan only this boy is doing superhuman activities. So this must be the person. Then he perfectly identified. So he called for. So nothing can be done because everything was dominated. And even under the Mathura's kingdom was the Vrindavan also. But Vasudeva and all, Vasudeva was arrested, but Nanda Maharaj was kept very nicely because the entire supply of milk products, which are general Vedic society is very much dependent on milk products. Vedic society or not, the supply was very, very good and abundant. So Vasudeva was, Nanda Maharaj was not so very disturbed due to his profession and his Vaishya means activities, Krishi. He also does that. Balram is always seen with the wooden this thing, plowing wooden this thing. What is it called? Hala. He's called Haladara. The hala for plowing we use that the wooden thing. So that one is Haladara hala. So that Balram is in charge that time for Keti, all the grains. So this is the duty of Vaishnava. Two things. One is grain protection and also the protection of animal protection, cow protection. So cow protection, both they were doing and they were supplying to Mathura in abundance. So they were not disturbed. So Krishna and Balarama grew up there. And despite many asuras came for various disturbances and they were all finished. And then Kamsa sent for Krishna. So Nanda Maharaj didn't have an option. Otherwise they'll be killed. So he took Krishna and Balarama along with first Akrura went. It was urgent, so he sent Krishna and Balarama, and then behind it, all of them packed everything, and they also many covered boys with men only. Women were left in the village, and men traveled, and they all camped outside the Mathura for one night, along with Krishna and Balarama. That day night only Krishna and Balarama roamed around in the city, and came back till the father came. They were roaming around. This way various incidents happened. The next day morning was the program. So they all got ready, dramatically dressed very nicely, beautifully. Krishna and Balarama went to the arena where actually this all the entertainment is supposed to happen. And Nanda Maharaj, everybody went into the audience, all the Gopas and all. So in this way, he went to Mathura and killed. And in this way, and after that, after killing, and he released Vasudeva and Devaki, and also he released his grandfather Ugrasena. So it's not that Krishna is the king and the Patatarani is what is that? Rukmini, and all this are bogus understanding. You have to understand directly from scriptures that very clearly that Krishna has never been a king. And he very beautifully, very happily was a prince. Very glorified prince, simply enjoying at the same time protecting. Like this. So Ugrasena was appointed, not even Devaki and Vasudeva. Okay. And then they all are in the assembly, and then Krishna and Balarama are primary persons, and also Shubhadra, younger sister, Krishna, Balarama, Shubhadra, and all that there. And then at that time, when Krishna and Balarama were there, then Rohini and Vasudeva, they decided, sorry, not Rohini, Devaki and Vasudeva, they decided, although of course Rohini also, that they have to send him for education. So they send him to a place called Avantipura. Avantipura is the name. Nowadays it's called Ujjain, but earlier it was Avantipura, and there the Rishi Shantibini Muni, he is the teacher of Krishna. In 64 days, Krishna and Balaram learned 64 arts, like painting, this thing, all this singing, drama, and speaking the language of birds, creating a Pushpaka Vimana, and any type of aircraft. And one day, and they were very expert in one single day. It takes very, very long time even to learn one art, but in 64 days they learned expert in all the arts. In the morning, in the daytime they will learn, in the night time they will practice, and they are perfect. Night they are perfect. Again morning they will go and learn one thing, and the night they are perfect. In this way, 64 different arts are there. Negotiations, many, all the arts they learned, and they came back. So in this way, Krishna and Balaram came back from. They had their thread ceremony before that, and then they came back to Mathura. So in this way, Krishna and Balarama stayed there, but when the fight was over, the Vrindavan Vasis, they had gone. I don't know where from I came here. Okay, anyway. So in this way, then Krishna and Balaram continued to stay in Mathura, and the Vrajavasis, they went back to the Vraja. So then later they shifted this kingdom of Mathura because grandfather and father, mother, everybody had to be protected because already they suffered a lot at the hands of Kamsa. In the jail, all of them, even Kamsa, he became the king and he arrested his father. He arrested his father before, and very arrogant person. And then Ugrasena was in the jail, and even sister and wife, husband, everybody is in jail, only he is ruling. So when he was killed, then Ugrasena became the king. Then all the widows went back to father and complained like this. But Krishna was ready to maintain, but they went back. And then Jarasandha was very, very angry because of this killing of Kamsa, and many kings who were favorable to Kamsa were all enemies. So they wanted to put all the citizens in a very safe place. So they went back to this place on the bank of ocean. And the ocean shore means it's very difficult to go and attack and all that. So Krishna has constructed a fort very nicely and protected by Vrishnikula. We saw that in previous 2-3 slokas before, we saw that how the Dwaraka was protected. It was protected like how all the Nagas, they protect their own, what is that called? Beautiful capital. The capital of Nagas is called, I don't know, 2 slokas before we saw. And they are protecting very heavily. Same way, this Vrishnikula is protecting this Dwaraka very, very nicely in this way. So Krishna came and blew this conch shell. So in this, from the conch shell, I went back there. And the Panchajanya conch shell, how it came is when they very nicely learned the 64 arts from the Shantibini Muni, then they have to give Guru Dakshina on the last day. They were leaving, 67th day, they were leaving. 1 or 2 days, some functions of that, something like that. 2-3 months only they were there. And then they told that what Guru Dakshina should we give. So Guru can ask anything, the disciple has to bring. So Shantibini Muni know that Krishna and Balaram are supreme personal goddess. So we should ask so he thought, okay, I'll consult with my wife, I'll tell you tomorrow. Then he went and consulted with his wife. So she said that our son, then we went to Prabhaksha Kshetra for Yatra. At that time, our son he is drowned in the ocean. So why can't we ask the dead son back? The Supreme Lord can bring the dead also back. What is not possible? So he wanted to give a tough. Generally, Guru will give some challenging Guru Dakshana so that the disciples' ability is proved. Not simply not possible kind of thing. Or giving him a tough time or giving him mental frustration. No, it's just a challenge for his learning. According to the learning ability, Guru knows very well. According to the learning ability, the Guru will give the very good challenging Guru Dakshana assignment. So in this way, Krishna and Balaram got this assignment of bringing back the son of the Guru back from the ocean where he died. So they immediately took the chariot and very quickly proceeded to this Prabhaksha Kshetra. Prabhaksha Kshetra is a beautiful holy place. It's mentioned very, very regularly. There is an ocean shore there. Then they went there and they immediately, Krishna ordered the ocean. Hey ocean, give back the son of my Guru. Then the ocean personified immediately appeared in person and offered obeisances to Krishna and Balaram and glorified them. Your Supreme Personality of Godhead and his first expansion, your Ananta Sesh and like this. So please forgive me. I don't have the child with me. But actually the child was swallowed by a Ashura called Shankachuda. Shankachuda, his name is also Panchajanya. He's living inside a shell called Panchajanya, or he's possessing or something. Shankachuda. And why he's called Shankachuda is he's having this conch shell as a very beautiful, wonderful conch shell with the divine power, divine potency. He's decorated in his head, he is decorated or something like that, decorated with that. So that Shankachuda is having. So they went immediately, and he's in the deep water. So immediately Krishna and Balrama jumped inside the water and swam inside the depth of the water, and they found him. And they killed him. They fought with him and killed. And when they opened, he's also in the form of shell. He's in the form of a conch. Some shell, conch shell. They opened and checked him, and then there was no boy. The baby is gone. Mrityalokam Vishanti has gone to the Mrityaloka, means Yamadharmaraja. Oh, he opened, and Krishna took that beautiful conch shell as a decorative piece, as a gift for killing. So that is Panchachanya. The name of that conch shell is called Panchachanya, which Krishna blows and always has as a decoration with him. They are all eternal associates, but they come here with some pastime, they join with Krishna, like this. So then the conch shell was accompanied, like we know that Krishna has club, conch shell, this lotus, everything. So then he went back with the conch shell. So this is the Panchajanya conch shell pastime. And then after that, of course, they both went to Samyamani. The Samyamani is the headquarters of Yama on the top of Meru mountain. So there they went there, and then they asked Yama, as soon as he see Yamadharmaraj, immediately pure devotee of the Supreme Lord. There are many among demigods. 33 crore demigods are there. Most of them are mixed devotees, but only some of them are pure devotees. Some of them are pure devotees. So Yama is one such pure devotee. So he offered his obeisances to the Supreme Lord, washed his feet, Krishna and Balrama's feet, drank the water, put on the head, did an arati, gave them a beautiful seat and eating things. And he asked, my dear Lord, how can I serve you? You have come here. I'm very fortunate. So this is the way to receive the Supreme Lord, pure devotees, Vaishnavas. When they come home, very respectfully, we should, especially pure devotees who are surrendered their life for the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They don't have 24 hours, they don't have anything else to think other than the Supreme Lord and serve him. They're like this pure devotees. They're very rare to be seen, but still. Then, right now, Srila Prabhupada has come, so we are having this beautiful society for Krishna consciousness. But otherwise, it's very rare. So then he asked Krishna, okay, then how can I serve you? Then they said, my Guru, Shantibini Muni's son, I think is killed by Sankachoda, not I think, killed by Sankachoda. And I think he has reached here. Then Yamadharmaraja said, yes, I will deliver. Then deliver him immediately to me. Immediately went, Yama returned back the boy. What is not possible by Supreme Lord, even the dead can. So young boy, small boy, not out of disease or this thing, he didn't die like that. He was very young, his life is fully ahead of him, and the Guru wanted it anyway, it's a pastime. So they took the boy and delivered, and very pleased the spiritual master. So the spiritual master gives us the assignments which are possible by us to do, and we should just please him by doing that, whatever is possible to our capacity. He never gives beyond our capacity. He gives to our brim of our capacity sometimes. A little difficult, but still some challenge should be there. So then in this way, this conch shell Krishna blew, and then all the citizens are rushing towards the gate as soon as they heard this. This is a great transcendental bliss which will happen, arise in the heart. So this is called Bhava, this transcendental bliss. Like when in the entrance, when they come to know that Krishna is there, we saw that in the previous verse, some of them were eating, some of them were sitting, some of them were sleeping. All of them left as it is wherever, and they rushed to the gate where Krishna is arriving. And we see prostitutes are coming in their chariots. They are having chariots. This is such a rich culture. And then many, now we are seeing a list of very amazing artists, dramatologists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, and learned speakers all gave their respective contributions. They all come and they perform for Krishna. That is the perfection of any art. Any talent you have, it is not to be hidden and this and that, and we die with that talent if we hide and this and that. It is meant for Krishna. People want to use it in front of others and become a joker or become famous. And people want content, and they keep on observing the content. Once you have given the content, they don't want you anymore. They want something new, more and more and more and more. How much ever greed? Till they see the pastimes of Krishna, this greed will not be satisfied. They want to hear and see the pastime of Krishna, participate in the pastime of Krishna. Till then, this greed for content will never get satisfied. They want new every time, which is not possible by us to satisfy. But by our talent, if we satisfy Krishna, then it becomes perfection. And it expands. The talent expands and expands and expands. So this is a speciality. So here, these people are very, very wonderful devotees. They're all rushing, and they're all giving drama and artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, learned speakers. Everybody is giving their own contribution to Krishna. So we see here that all these, it's not that in Vedic society is so boring and all that. Sometimes you see that the God was there, and whenever they describe God, sometimes you see that, especially in Mayavadi philosophy, or whether it's going to be some other explanations which are given about God generally. He's so plain, he's so empty, he's only light, he's very full of colors. In this material world, you're having relationship, love, affection, emotions. You think God will be missing all these things, and it's a plain, empty thing, empty white dress, full top to bottom on white dress, like a ghost roaming around here and there. No, God is not like that. You see who's God? Like when a person was ordinary living entity, in the illusory world, which is temporary itself, we are seeing so many colors, emotions, and varieties. How God's kingdom will be empty, and there will be only one chair, and God will be there, and some angel will be there with 2 wings. And the angel will be flying here and there with the empty color, the white color dress. Why? Multicolor, they won't wear them. So many colors are there, so many living entities are there, so many varieties are there, even here. Then you say that you come to the kingdom of God, then kingdom of God must be certainly better, right? This is not good. So you want us to leave this colorful world and go to an empty place which is filled with white color? No, maybe that's a kingdom of ghosts, who knows? But this is the real explanation. That's why Prabhupada said that, okay, you say that, okay, love thy Lord with all their heart and all their soul was said, but you love the God, you should know his name, form. You should know the name of God. What is the name of God? God is God. Tell the name. No God. So Prabhupada said that, okay, fine. You say that, praise the Lord. Now come to us, we will tell how to praise him. We will tell his name, form, quality, pastime, his address, phone number, everything we will give, come. So this is the thing. So someday the LKG student has to progress to upper KG, and then go to the primary school, and then secondary school, and then he has to advance, right? Cannot sit always in LKG. A. I am educated. There is A, B, C, D, alphabets 1, 2, 3, 4 till 10. So I know 26 letters and I know 10 numbers, and that's it. I think education is complete. So Prabhupada is calling. So you see here the kingdom of God, which is simply a simple expansion which Krishna created, a very simple one. That itself is so dramatic and beautiful and colorful and full of varieties and joy. It's a festival. It's a festival of joy. Every day is a festival of joy. Nitya Utsava. It appears that 5,000 years ago, the society needed services like dramatists, artists, dancers, singers, historians, genealogists, etc. See, we see here Brahmana community. But there are three, all the community were offering. If you see artists, dancers, and all were from Shudra community. They also were offering. It's not that only Brahmanas can approach Krishna, Shudra cannot approach Krishna. No. No, you see here, dancers, singers, and drama. All these three are from Shudra community. Whereas historians, genealogists, we saw the genealogists who they are. They tell the parampara, they glorify by parampara. The Prabhupada is writing in the next paragraph. Public speakers, they all hail from Brahmana community. So which caste, creed, nothing matters to become a devotee of Krishna. People are sometimes proud about their birth, their community. No, all of them belong to a particular caste, but they are so trained in the respective families. So everybody has a talent, everybody has a purpose. So the society is said to be made up of, Krishna said, Chaturvarnam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhakasha. Shudra, Vaishya, Kshatriya, and Brahmana. So in the society, The Shudras are like feet, like legs. The Vaishya is like tummy, stomach. And the Kshatriya is like shoulders. And the Brahmana is the head. So Brahmanas are all intellectual persons. And the Kshatriyas are all shoulders protecting the kingdom. And by both internally rules and regulations and externally with the army and all that, the Kshatriyas protecting the society, shoulders, and Vaishyas are providers, tummy. So they are stomach of the society. They buy cow protection and agriculture. That is Vaishya. And then the legs are the servant of all these three who will make it happen, executioners. Nowadays, the CEO is considered to be the topmost authority in a company. So what is the chief executing officer? Execution is a part of Shudra. Execution, the planning will be done by Vaishya or Kshatriya. So Kshatriya will plan to go somewhere, then the Shudra will be running the chariot. He will be driving the chariot. Or he'll be maintaining the chariot, maintaining the horses. All these things he will be. The execution is done by the Shudras. But the planning and the things are done by the thing. So, but Kalau Shudra Sambhava. In Kali Yuga, everybody is Shudra. Don't never ever consider yourself to be Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, even by material birth. In Kali Yuga, every single person is a Shudra only. Eka Varnam, Kali Yuga, only one Varna. And of course, we get Brahmanical initiation for worshipping deities. So I may be worshipping deity by taking a Brahmanical initiation in ISKCON, but still from Guru Maharaj. At the same time, I can be doing a carpentry job or a driver job. Doesn't matter. That occupation doesn't matter. No, we are taking Brahmanical initiation in order for two main things. One is deity worship, and another is to perform yajna. And also, of course, deity worship, yajna, and also to guide the society in Krishna consciousness. So Brahmana is the head, they are supposed to guide. So among the Shudra itself, intellectual. So Guru Maharaj Prabhupada said that it's a Daivi Varnashrama, which actually means Daivi Varnashrama means we may be doing any occupation, but in that occupation, a devotee will mainly preach Krishna consciousness, practice Krishna consciousness and preach Krishna consciousness. So this is what is Kali Yuga. In Kali Yuga, what we are establishing is not Varnashrama. So we doesn't belong to any Varna. Na Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling, na Shudra, na Vaishya, na Brahmana. Gopi Partak, Vadakamalayur, Dasa Dasa, Dasanu Dasa. I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya, I am not a Brahmana. I am Gopi Varta Padakamalayur, Dasa Dasa, Dasanu Dasa. My identity is, I am Krishna's servant. Supreme Personality of Godhead, servants. My Acharya Parampara servant, which is current, present Acharya, our Guru Maharaj, his servant. This is the identity. Very simple. Somebody asks, what is your identity in Krishna consciousness? Very simple. Whether Krishna, outside normal speech, if somebody asks your identity, you normally speak. But in Krishna consciousness, our identity, otherwise also, permanently, originally, we should strongly believe, we should understand our original identity. Is all this identity which we are outside temporarily telling are all temporary. It is temporary. It is false. It will disappear. Any one day, you are no more, you may be having an ID card. No more you are the company employee. Maybe you go to another company. Then they ask you to submit the identity card. And you got all the knots from the company. Even this body. Whatever identity your parents gave you as a name and form and shape and size and color and gender, everything is only temporary. You have to give it up. Just you need to give it up one day. So we should be very, very clear. But one identity is permanent, eternal. Any lifetime I take, anywhere I'm born, anywhere I live, then my identity is, I'm not the body, I'm spirit, soul. And Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I am the eternal servant of Krishna. Why Acharya Parampara, Guru Gopi Bharta, Padakamalayur, Gopi Radharani's Bharta, Gopi Bharta is Krishna, Gopinath. You're saying Gopinath. So Gopi Bharta, Padakamalayur, lotus feet. Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa, Acharya Parampara is Dasa Dasa Dasanugas. And then we get the current Acharya, we get initiated by him, and we are his servants. So we can all offer our arts to the Krishna. Whatever talent we have, we should think, what is my talent? And we should see how I can use it in the Krishna service. We should not learn anything new and tax our brain and take our difficulty. Whatever we are having, it all belongs to Krishna. Nicely we can use it in the service of Krishna. And if Guru Maharaj is giving us some task which we are not expert at, then Guru will empower us for that service also. Like Guru Maharaj, he was a 19-year-old boy. He was asked to come to India, and then he was asked to build a temple in Mayapur. How it was possible? He didn't have experience or his talent. No, then the Guru empowers the disciple to perform Herculean task also. When Guru directly gives instruction, he empowers the disciple. So we should never become proud that it is my talent, my capacity, I serve my capacity. No, not like that. When Guru gives order, then Guru gives a executing strength, and it can be withdrawn anytime also if we are not behaving properly. So we should be very careful that we always 24 hours remain surrendered and with great love and affection to our spiritual master. So we see here, therefore, so here the modern historian therefore cannot catch up the link, because in modern historians, they don't know all this beautiful drama arts which existed. I saw that. You can also check in this thing. If you see, most of the arts are still, these kind of arts are very famous in Jagannath Puri and around area in Orissa, because the Orissa Jagannath, Balaram, Subhadra, Maharani are sitting on the throne like the princess of Dwaraka. And also in Mathura and Dwaraka, they were sitting like that. Same is the depiction in Jagannath Puri. So if you go very beautiful, one person will climb on the other person, and they will make various shapes like chariot, like this, that, and all. This people are showing now like a gymnastics, but this was already there. And in village, they perform so nicely. Small boys, sometimes they dress as girls, and they do this. There is a special name for that art also. Very nicely, village boys, they do amazingly various shapes and big constructions they will show with just a human being only. Bending, they'll bend in all sides like this. So these children or boys, but they dress like girls and they do very beautiful, like an elephant or like a chariot. These are all like classic performances which are never existing. So in modern historians, they don't. Then the small act if somebody does and it is glorified so much, wow. And it was very casual in those days. So 100 years ago, all dramatic performances were centered on superhuman activities. Everything is the glorification. If you go to that Orissa, the drama is 100% performed only pastimes of Krishna. Only pastimes of Krishna. Even in that elephant, on top of the elephant, Krishna will be sitting. And inside the chariot, Jagannath will be sitting. One boy will go like Jagannath and they'll show how Jagannath is coming. And the chariot will move. The chariot, they will, one on top of other, they'll climb and they'll do. So 100%, if you go into the villages, 100%. The name is also there, Gopalpur. You can check the Orissa, you check in YouTube, you'll see some YouTube pictures and images and YouTube also. Now some, it's still there, gradually diminishing. So even illiterate agriculture would participate in, would be a participant in the knowledge of Vedic literature. See here, everybody. Therefore, drama, dance, singing. So Prabhupada engaged. So when you see the pictures, if you go to Krishna book or something and look at the paintings, you will see they are so perfect. There's a lady, she was Jajarani Mataji, she was painting generally something. She said, I'm a painter to Prabhupada. So immediately Prabhupada said, paint Krishna, then there will be perfection of life. Actually, she was separated from her husband or something, her boyfriend left her and went. And so husband left, I think. In US, it is very common. They just get together when they are infatuated. And sometimes they get married, sometimes they don't. But they live together and later they have some clash and then they just separate. So then she came to Prabhupada and said like this, I'm separate. Then he said to her, the very beautiful letter, still there, accept Krishna as your husband and he will never leave you. Like this, he told her, you draw. Then she has never been to India. She doesn't know anything about the way the Indians or the Vedic culture looks. Just by the instruction given by Prabhupada, the dhoti must be like this, color must be like this. She drew these beautiful paintings. Her paintings are the most amazing transcendental painting, because you would have seen many other paintings with many colors, flowers, and this and that and all that. But what during Prabhupada's time Jadarani Mataji draw, or like Prabhupada said, these pictures are windows to the spiritual world. So by the instruction of an acharya, by the instruction of a pure devotee who has seen the absolute truth, when a disciple listens and he executes, then it manifests like spiritual world only. It has a special effect. In modern sense, it may not be perfect in whatever respect, but by looking at the picture, one will become awaken the Krishna consciousness, because it is done by the order of the spiritual master. Certainly, it is different. A materialistic person cannot understand, but certainly transformation will be there when he is looking at that. So in this way, everybody can give their arts and talent to the service of Krishna. There is no restriction one cannot offer. There is no restriction. Everybody is included. It is not in materialistic world, I am great, you're low, you're not allowed here, you're not qualified, and this and that, I am high, I'm low. This proudness and discrimination. Sometimes the discriminated people, they become rebellious. And the people who in the high society, they become proud and they take up higher positions. All duality in this Kleshagni. This is part of Kleshagni. Adibaudiga Klesha, Adi Atmika Klesha, Adi Deviga Klesha is arising due to this duality and differentiation in the society. There is no oneness, that everybody is included. So in Guru Ashtakam, when we are seeing the Guru Pranam Mantra, there is a song, Guru Dev Kripa Bindu Diya, Guru Dasha, Trinapeki, and Sakale Samana Kuriti Shakti Devamata Jata. Sakale Samana Kuriti Shakti Devamata Jata Jata. I should see everybody equal. I should not see somebody low, somebody high. Like this, I should not see. I should see that everybody is spirit soul. Everybody is servant of Krishna. Some of them are forgotten, some of them are remembering. That's it. This must be my vision. Like this, we are praying to the spiritual master. Thank you very much. I'm really sorry we started late and we ended late. So 2 days it is coming late. And Saturday, Sunday, we are going to have the Vrindavan pastimes. Not pastimes, but generally an overview for Vrindavan. We will have pastimes, we will discuss that. I don't think we'll have time. And also the places generally we will see where and all we'll go. The 3 days we will schedule it. And we may not exactly stick to the schedule. Based on the situation there, we will amend it. This is the idea. But anyway, we need to know Vrindavan is not a very, very serious place to go. At the same time, blissful place to go. So we should have some basic idea, not like a tourist. We are not tourists. We are not going for sightseeing. So this understanding should be very clear. So we'll have 2 seminars on Vrindavan trip on Saturday and Sunday. So the same Bhagavatam class will be converted into Vrindavan trip program for Saturday and Sunday. Okay, Hari Bol, Om Tat Sat. Any questions, comments, or realizations? Kindly share. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
मैम इसमें दिया है 21 श्लोक में, पर्वत में नीचे
21
अतः जब आधुनिक
अभी तक नहीं किया। 20 में 21 में
नहीं 20 में
हाँ।
जब आधुनिक इतिहासकार कोई श्रृंखला सूत्र नहीं पकड़ पाते तो वे अप्रामाणिक ढंग से यह आलोचना करते हैं कि सारे पुराण कपोल कल्पित हैं। मतलब कि कल्पना के आधार पर ये लिखा गया है सारे पुराण। तो क्या ये सही है?
ऐसा सोचते हैं। देखो किधर है, इधर है। ऐसा गलत सोचते हैं। Yes, ago dramatic performances, Yatra performed agriculture and therefore the expert drama on the present moment. You are going where? I don't know.
No, imaginary stories only. The ending, paragraph ending, imaginary stories.
Oh, okay. 1 second, please hold on. Okay.
All the
The modern historians therefore cannot catch up the link, and thus they unauthoritatively remark that the Puranas are all imaginary stories only. ये आदमी लोग है ना, अभी क्या ये आपका हिस्ट्री बुक ले लो आप, प्रिंसिपल के स्कूल में आपको ये रिलेट कर सकते हैं। आप स्कूल हिस्ट्री बुक में ले लो, उसमें हिस्ट्री, इंडिया का हिस्ट्री इतना अच्छा है, वो सब लिखा है नहीं लिखा। कृष्ण के बारे में नहीं लिखा महाभारत में, बट लॉर्ड डलहौसी, लॉर्ड डलहौसी वो अंग्रेजी लोग आकर हमारा इंडिया को पकड़ लिया, बहुत लोगों को मारा, बट उसको कहानी लिखा है हिस्ट्री बुक में, है ना, स्कूल में। अब द ग्रेट, बाबर द ग्रेट, वो इंडिया में आया, लोगों को मारा, फिर ये लोग इधर पकड़ लिया, फिर उसका नाम उसको लिखा है ग्रेट ग्रेट करके। वो ग्रेट होगा, उसका फैमिली का, उसका परिवार का ग्रेट होगा। हम किसी परिवार का ये वो नहीं सोचते हैं, बट असली हिस्ट्री नहीं लिखा है। सो मॉडर्न हिस्टोरियंस अभी नया नया हिस्ट्री बनाता है, वो ओरिजिनल नहीं लिखता है, उसको पता नहीं है भागवत में ओरिजिनल हिस्ट्री है, ये मन कल्पना नहीं है, बट वो बोलता है ये मिथिकल स्टोरी बोलता है। तो क्या किया है, वो मिथ बोल दिया। मिथ माने कल्पना का कथा। वो लोग लिखता है, वो वेस्टर्न कंट्री से आता है, वो लिखता है स्नो वाइट करके एक कहानी लिखता है, वो कल्पना का कथा है। सुपरमैन, स्पाइडरमैन, वो सब कल्पना कथा है, वो कैरेक्टर कल्पना है। और कृष्ण असली है, वो सब ड्रामा, भरतनाट्यम, वो कुचिपुड़ी, और ये सब असली नृत्य कृष्ण के लिए आया। अब देखो हिंदुस्तानी, अब जाओ बोलो, अब कुचिपुड़ी और भरतनाट्यम में किसका महत्व दिखाता है? पूछो पुराना वाला से, वो असली टीचर, असली भरतनाट्यम टीचर ने तो ओडिसी
यस मैम,
उसमें कृष्ण का पूरा लीला दिखाता है। इसमें कृष्णा कैसे गोवर्धन को उठाया, ऐसे दिखाता है। ये सब बहुत अच्छा है। ये कृष्णा इधर था, ये कल्पना का कथा नहीं है, उसका एविडेंस है पूरा हमारा पास। आर्ट के वजह से, ड्रामा का वजह से हमारा हाथ में है। बट ये मॉडर्न लोग क्या बोलता है, हमारा बच्चा लोगों को हम 16 साल भेजते हैं स्कूल, वो स्कूल में क्या पढ़ाता है, हमारा ये संस्कृति में भगवान आया, उसके बारे में, वराह देव के बारे में एक लेसन है, वामन देव के ऊपर एक लेसन है, राम के ऊपर एक लेसन है, ऐसे लेसन है क्या? वो हिस्ट्री है हमारा इंडिया का। महाभारत बड़ा वार इधर हुआ, उसका किधर लिखा है? महाभारत का वार के ऊपर एक लेसन है
नहीं,
किधर गया वो? मॉडर्न साइंटिस्ट, तो मॉडर्न हिस्टोरियंस हिस्ट्री बुक करके एक बकवास दिया है हमारे लिए। वो एजुकेशन नहीं है, वो विद्या नहीं है, वो अविद्या है, अविद्या दिया हुआ है। उसको पता नहीं है, वो उसको पता नहीं लगता है, इसीलिए वो ये भागवत नहीं पढ़ा है, भगवत गीता नहीं पढ़ा है, इसीलिए वो लोग बोलता है वो पुराना पूरा इमेजिनरी स्टोरी है, वो हिस्ट्री है। हिस्ट्री नहीं है, स्टोरी बोलता है। ये स्टोरी नहीं है, ये हिस्ट्री है। हिस्ट्री, पुराना मीन्स हिस्ट्री, पुराना माने कल्पना नहीं है। ठीक है, यस, ओके, थैंक यू।
पुराना मैंने पुराना, पुराना मतलब ओल्ड मतलब जो था पहले, वो हिस्ट्री होता है, इतिहास होता है। वो जो भी पुराना है वो इतिहास है। और असली पुराना तो कहां से शुरू होता है? जहां सृष्टि हुआ था, वहां से लेकर के अब तक क्या चल रहा है और आगे क्या चलेगा, ये सब कुछ बोलते पुराना। हिस्ट्री तो केवल पीछे जो हुआ था उसी को कहते हैं। इतिहास वो होता है जो खत्म हो चुका है। किंतु पुराना वो है जो भविष्य को भी बताएगा, अभी का वर्तमान भी बताएगा और भूतकाल का भी बताएगा। सब त्रिकालदर्शी जो होता है वो पुराना से। और इसको वो लोग कल्पित बोलते हैं, और उनका जो कल्पना है उसका असली विद्या बोल करके दे दिया है। की वजह से लोग को कृष्ण के बारे में नहीं पता चला, जो असली था वो भूल करके जो नकली है उसको एजुकेशन मान करके चलने लगे। और अगर जो नकली को विद्या मान करके चलेगा, असली को छोड़ेगा, उनको नौकरी मिलेगा, तनख्वाह मिलेगा। इस तरह वो लोग जो है समाज को बनाया नहीं, बिगाड़ा है। तो वो बिगड़े हुए समाज के अंदर हम फंसे हुए हैं। किंतु प्रभुपाद की कृपा की वजह से और हमारा आचार्य परंपरा की कृपा की वजह से जो पुराना और इतिहास है वो जो परंपरा, आचार्य परंपरा के जरिए हमारा हाथ तक पहुंच रहा है, जिसकी वजह से हम ये जान सकेंगे। 5वां खंडा में आप जाएंगे कि किस तरह एक सृष्टि हुआ है और इस सृष्टि के अंदर कौन कौन बनाया गया है, कब कैसे बनाया गया, वो क्या उसका कर्तव्य है, और कैसे कैसे लोग जो है यहाँ पर राज करता था और आगे क्या क्या करेगा, सब कुछ लिखा हुआ इसी भागवत के अंदर। इसी श्रीमद् भागवत पुराण जो है ये आपको त्रिकालदर्शी, पूरा त्रिकाल आपको दिखाएगा कि असली क्या है।
ये असली पढ़ाई है, असली स्कूल है, असली पढ़ाई, असली ग्रंथ यही है। हम स्कूल क्यों जाते हैं? सिर्फ कमाने के लिए पढ़ते हैं, एग्जाम होने से पुस्तकों फेंकते हैं। ये ऐसा नहीं है, हमको कोई स्कूल नहीं भेजता है, फिर भी हम इच्छा से आकर ये बैठते हैं भागवत कथा में। ये असलियत है, ये हमारा जिंदगी के लिए यही असली है। कमाने के लिए कुछ पढ़ते हैं, एग्जाम खत्म करेंगे, फिर हम नौकरी ढूंढेंगे, छोड़ेंगे पूरा। किसी बच्चा को किसी पता नहीं है, वो मन में भी नहीं रहेगा, वो जाएगा वो गार्बेज में।
हिंदुस्तान सबसे अमीर देश था इस पूरी पृथ्वी के ऊपर, और जो भी पृथ्वी का एक ही राजा हुआ करता था वो हिंदुस्तान हस्तिनापुर को अपनी राजधानी मान करके वहां से राज करता था। और पूरी दुनिया को हिंदुस्तान से संपत्ति से लेकर सब कुछ वो बांट के सबको जो है जिंदगी देता था। वो हमारा इतिहास है। अगर इनकी जो से कहते हैं, जो अंग्रेजी लोग जो भी कहते हैं कि हिंदुस्तान गरीब देश है, तो वो लोग इधर क्यों आया? मुसलमान इधर क्यों आया है? वो तो लूटने के लिए आए थे ना। तो हमारा पास था, उनके पास नहीं था, इसलिए वो लोग यहाँ पर आए। आकर के लूट नहीं पाए। क्यों लूट नहीं पाए? यहाँ पर सब कृष्ण भावनामृत में जी रहे थे, इसलिए इनका पूरी सुरक्षित था। तब उनको समझ आया कि इनको जब तक हम ये इनका जो कल्चर, जो इनका कृष्ण भावनामृत से इनको बाहर नहीं निकलेंगे, तब तक ये हमारा बात को मानेगा नहीं, क्योंकि ये केवल शास्त्र को मानते हैं। इसलिए उन्होंने धीरे धीरे शास्त्र को जो है वो कल्पित बता करके अपनी कहानियों को, जो झूठा कहानियों को असली बना करके उसी को विद्या करके, अविद्या को विद्या के रूप में धारण करके हमें जबरदस्त किया उस विद्या को पाने के लिए। गवर्नमेंट के अंदर रूल्स डाला पूरा। आज भी देखो हिंदुस्तान के अंदर कोई भी गवर्नमेंट रूल है, ब्रिटिश एक्ट 1961, ब्रिटिश एक्ट 1960, यही चल रहा है, आज तक चल रहा है। तो ये सब जो है अविद्या को विद्या के रूप में जबरदस्त दिलाया गया, और जो वेदा मतलब ज्ञान, उस ज्ञान को कल्पित बताया गया। इस तरह हमको जो है, जो हम अत्यंत बुद्धिमान थे, पूरी दुनिया को रक्षा करने का क्षमता रखते थे, हमको ये बुद्धू बना के एक लेबर बना दिया। अभी लेबर बना करके रेस्पेक्ट ऐसा देता, शूद्र को रेस्पेक्ट देगा वो। इंजीनियर तक पढ़ने के बाद उसको बहुत रेस्पेक्ट मिलेगा, वो तो इंजीनियर पढ़ा है। इंजीनियर लेबर होता, शूद्र को बोलते हैं इंजीनियर, क्योंकि वो काम करता है, तनख्वाह के लिए काम करने वाला होता है इंजीनियर। और उसको बड़ा इज्जत दिया जा रहा ताकि लोग समझे कि अच्छा वही सबसे बड़ा पढ़ा लिखा है, वही अच्छा एजुकेशन है। इस तरह एक भाव बना दिया, गलत प्रभाव बना दिया पूरा समाज के अंदर। लेकिन हमारा आचार्य परंपरा चैतन्य महाप्रभु की कृपा से कोई भी असली को ना तो छुपा सकता है और ना ही उसको बदल सकता है। यह मनुष्य के हाथ में है ही नहीं, तो असुर के हाथ में भला क्या होगा। इसलिए भगवान चैतन्य स्वयं आए यहाँ पर। श्रील प्रभुपाद जी उसी ब्रिटिश में गया, लंदन में गया, लंदन में जाकर के कहते आप लोग आकर के सब कुछ लूट के चले गए, लेकिन एक चीज सब छोड़ के आ गए, वो देने के लिए मैं आया हूं, और वो है ये कृष्ण भावनामृत। इसी से आपको सुखी मिलेगा। आप जो भी लूटा था उससे आपको सुखी नहीं मिलेगा, लेकिन जो आप छोड़ के आ गए, लूटने बिना लूटे छोड़ के आए, वो मैं लेके आया हूं आपको देने के लिए। वो आप स्वीकार करें तो आपको असली सुखी मिलेगा। ये है हिंदुस्तानी। वो पूरा लूटने के बाद भी उसके ऊपर ना तो गुस्सा है, ना ही बदला लेने का भाव है, किंतु उसका सुखी कभी पर दुख दुखी वैष्णवा, पर दुख दुखी है वैष्णव आचार। तो इसलिए प्रभुपाद जी जाके बोला कि आप जो छोड़ के आ गए वही आपका असली खुशी को आप वहीं छोड़ के आ गए, आप ये लीजिए, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र को जप करिए। इस तरह श्रील प्रभुपाद की जो कृपा है वो असली हिंदुस्तानी है। श्रील प्रभुपाद जो हमें लूटा है, उनको भी जाकर के ये महामंत्र दे करके उनका भी जिंदगी को सफलतापूर्वक करने में लगे हुए हैं।
यस प्रभु
हरि बोल,
हरि बोल प्रभु। अरे कल वाले से है प्रभु, कल के श्लोक से हम थोड़ा विचलित हो गए हैं। ये है कि भगवत गीता 9.32 में भगवान कहते हैं कि हे पृथापुत्र, निम्न कुल में उत्पन्न चांडाल, नास्तिकों के वंश में उत्पन्न मनुष्य तथा वेश्याएं तक भी जीवन की पूर्णता प्राप्त करेंगी यदि वे भगवान की अनन्य भक्ति का आश्रय ग्रहण कर लें, क्योंकि भक्तिमय सेवा के मार्ग में नीच कुल में जन्म तथा वृत्ति अवरोधक नहीं है। तो प्रभु मेरा प्रश्न ये है कि हम अच्छा कर्म करते हैं और अच्छा कर्म करके भगवान को प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं, लेकिन इसमें तो दिया है कि आप गलत काम करके भी भगवान को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं, तो हमको अच्छा काम करें, गलत काम करके भी प्राप्त कर सकते हैं। तो ये हमको स्पष्ट किया जाए कि हम गलत काम करें या सही काम करें। जैसे मदिरा पान करना, व्यभिचार करना, घूस लेना, मांस मछली खाना, चोरी करना, अत्याचार करना, लहसुन प्याज खाना, तो ये सब करके भी हम भगवान को प्राप्त कर सकते हैं?
नहीं, मैं बताता हूँ। बहुत ही बुद्धिमान अच्छा सवाल आपने पूछा है, धन्यवाद इस सवाल के लिए। अभी आप देखिए, जो अच्छे कर्म करते हैं उन्हें अच्छे फल तो अवश्य मिलता है, किंतु वो अच्छे कर्म भी भौतिक होता है और उसका फल भी भौतिक होता है। जो अच्छे कर्म करता है वो स्वर्गलोक में जाएगा, जो बुरा कर्म करता है वो नरक लोक में जाएगा। जिस तरह प्रोस्टिट्यूट है और थीफ्स रोग्स यानी कि जो चोर वगैरह करता है, इस तरह गलत काम जो करता है वो नरक में जाएगा, वो स्वर्ग में नहीं जाएगा। किंतु जो अच्छा काम करते हैं, पूजा पाठ करते हैं देवी माँ का वगैरह का, वो उनको स्वर्गवास मिलेगा। लेकिन ये स्वर्गवास और नरकवास दोनों जेल है, ये बात को पहले समझना चाहिए। दोनों जेल है, चाहे आप नरक में जाएं या आप स्वर्ग में जाएं, दोनों जेल होता है। आपका जो जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि से आप बाहर नहीं निकल सकते। आपका जो क्लेश है, जो आध्यात्मिक क्लेश, आदि भौतिक क्लेश और आदि दैविक क्लेश, इससे आप ऊपर नहीं उठ सकते हैं, चाहे आप अच्छे कर्म करो या आप बुरे कर्म करो। इसलिए इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता आदमी को। कभी तो अच्छा जी लेता, पैसा है तो अच्छा जी लेगा, पैसा नहीं है तो भिखारी बनेगा, तो वही ये प्रोस्टिट्यूट बनेगा। कोई तो कोई धर्म को मानता है। तो इस दोनों से कोई लाभ नहीं है, क्योंकि जब तक अपने आप को ये शरीर समझता है तब तक कि वो कभी तो प्रोस्टिट्यूशन करता है, कभी तो अच्छा आदमी बनता है। ये अच्छा और बुरा दोनों के ऊपर उठना है, उसका बारे में यहाँ पर बताया गया। यानी जो प्रोस्टिट्यूट और जो चोर वगैरह कृष्ण की सेवा में लगते हैं, वो क्या होता है, उनको गुरु मिलता है। जब कृष्ण भावनामृत में स्वल्पम अभ्यस्य धर्मस्य द्रायतो महतो भयात्, जो कृष्ण भावना में एक कदम भी अगर आगे बढ़े तो उन्हें सबसे बड़ा जो जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि का एक बहुत बड़ा प्रॉब्लम है, उससे वो मुक्त हो जाता है। उसके लिए यह लिखा है। किंतु जैसे ही उसको गुरु प्राप्त करने के मार्ग में वो चलता है, श्रील प्रभुपाद वहां पर हमारा होल आचार्य परंपरा ने 4 नियम रखे हैं। वो 4 नियम क्या है? नो मीट ईटिंग, यानी जब आप कृष्ण भावनामृत में कदर रखते हैं, पीछे आप जो है चोर होगा, पीछे आप जो है गया गुजरा इंसान होगा, पीछे अधमा नरा अधमा होगा, पीछे प्रोस्टिट्यूट यानी वैश्य होगा, कुछ भी हो सकता है। किंतु वो भक्ति भावना में आ सकता है, और भक्ति भावना में अगर कदम रखेगा तो क्या होगा, ये नियम को वो पालन करने का शक्ति मिलेगा। और उस नियम के अंदर ये लिखा है कि नो इलिसिट सेक्स, यानी कि आप प्रोस्टिट्यूट नहीं रह सकते। अभी जैसे कृष्ण भावना और मुदा आ गया, प्रोस्टिट्यूट नहीं रह सकता है। नो इलिसिट सेक्स, नो मीट ईटिंग, आप मांस मछली नहीं खा सकते, धूम्रपान नहीं कर सकते, चाय कॉफी नहीं पी सकते। ये सब नियम को पालन करने का शक्ति मिलता है जब हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र को जब करना शुरू करता है, जब वो भक्ति मार्ग में आता है। तो उसे पीछे उसका जीवन जो है वो बड़ा वैश्य होगा, कुछ भी होगा, लेकिन उस जीवन से उसको कोई मुक्ति नहीं मिलने वाला, नरक ही मिलेगा। किंतु अगर भक्ति के लिए उसका मार्ग खुला है, वो अगर भक्ति करना शुरू कर दे तो ये 4 नियम को पालन करेगा। नो मीट ईटिंग, नो गैम्बलिंग, नो इलिसिट सेक्स, नो इंटॉक्सिकेशन। इंटॉक्सिकेशन किन में आता है आपका धूम्रपान और दारू वगैरह पीना, और उसका क्या बोलते हैं स्मोकिंग करना और कॉफी टी पीना, ये सब उसके अंदर आता है। उसी के साथ साथ डकैती जो भी बुरा कर्म है वो सब आता है उसमें, क्योंकि ये सब करने वालों को वो करना पड़ता है।
हाँ,
तो ये सब उसके अंदर आ जाता है। और नो इलिसिट सेक्स, इसका मतलब जो प्रोस्टिट्यूट है वो अगर कृष्ण भावनामृत में आ रही है तो उसको प्रोस्टिट्यूट अभी नहीं रह सकती है। हाँ, उसको छोड़ना पड़ेगा, और छोड़ने का क्षमता उसको मिलेगा, उसका शक्ति मिलेगा। अच्छा दुनिया कुछ भी बोले, लेकिन इसको हम भक्त मानेंगे, यही लिखा इसमें। इसका जो है उद्धार हो चुका, क्योंकि वो भक्ति मार्ग में आ गया। जब भक्ति मार्ग में आ जाता तो पूरे कर्म छोड़ देते हैं। प्रभु क्या ये प्रोस्टिट्यूट की बात, बुरा कर्म की क्या बात कर रहे हो? अच्छे कर्म को भी छोड़ेंगे वो लोग।
अच्छा,
जो देवी माँ पूजा वगैरह करके स्वर्गलोक में जाने वाले, उसको भी छोड़ेंगे, वो कृष्ण भावनामृत फुल आ जाएंगे। दोनों को अपने अपने कर्मों को छोड़ना पड़ेगा। कर्म को छोड़ करके गुरु को अपना करके भक्ति मार्ग में चलने के टाइम ये 4 नियम को पालन करता हुआ, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र को जपता हुआ, सत्संग में भागवत का कथा सुनता हुआ ये आगे बढ़ते रहेंगे। इनको कोई माया का मोह जो है, अच्छा कर्म हो या बुरा कर्म, दोनों छुएगा नहीं।
यस प्रभु,
इस तरह जो है इनको करना। ऐसा नहीं है कि भाई मैं हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र को जब भी करूंगा और मैं अपना वेश्य का वो काम भी करूंगा, ये नहीं हो सकता है। लेकिन जो वेश्य का काम करती है उसको हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र जप करने में कोई आपत्ति नहीं है। वो जब शुरू करेगा उसको वो शक्ति मिलेगा, उसको सत्संग मिलेगा, अपने आप उससे बाहर आ जाएगा, अपनी बुरी कर्म से बाहर आ जाएगा। कितने चोर और डेकाइट्स को प्रभुपाद के पास आकर के वो लोग मंत्र जप करके स्मगलिंग करके पैसा ला करके टेम्पल बनाने के लिए पैसा देना शुरू किया। जब प्रभुपाद ने नोटिस किया, कुछ दिन तक उनको छोड़ दिया, क्योंकि कुछ हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र जप के सत्संग लेने के बाद ही ये सब छूटेगा। उसके बाद कुछ साल होने के बाद, कुछ महीना होने के बाद उसको बोला ठीक है अभी तुम वो सब बंद करो। और वो लोग बंद कर दिया और पवित्र भक्त बन गया। तो ये है सत्संग का प्रभाव। इसलिए इसमें मन विचलित होने का कोई संभावना है ही नहीं। प्रभुपाद का परपोर्ट के अंदर हम सही उसको समझना चाहिए। कोई भी कृष्ण भावनामृत में आता है, ये 4 नियम को पालन करना होता है। नो इलिसिट सेक्स, नो इंटॉक्सिकेशन। इलिसिट सेक्स मैंने अपने बीबी के अलावा किसी के साथ और स्वयं किसी भी किस प्रकार का सेक्स नहीं होना चाहिए।
यस प्रभु।
तो इसी तरह नो इंटॉक्सिकेशन में ऑनियन गार्लिक कुछ भी नहीं होना चाहिए। और नो इलिसिट सेक्स, नो इंटॉक्सिकेशन और नो मीट ईटिंग। कोई किसी किस्म का मांस या मधु मच्छी कुछ भी नहीं होना चाहिए।
यस प्रभु।
और गैम्बलिंग, पैसा कमाने का तरीका, जैसा उसमें डाला इसमें डाला और जो लॉटरी टिकट खरीदा, इस तरह का पैसा का लालची और वो बढ़ाने वाला, उसको कुछ भी बिल्कुल नहीं करना चाहिए।
यस प्रभु।
तो इस तरह 4 नियम को कोई भी आएगा, प्रोस्टिट्यूट आएगा या कोई भी आएगा, कोई भी आ सकता है, चोर आ सकता है, डकैती आ सकता है, किंतु जैसे ही वो आते हैं वो सबसे अच्छे इंसान बन जाएंगे। अच्छे कर्म करने वालों से भी अच्छा बन जाते हैं, क्योंकि वो है भक्त हैं। इसलिए भगवान ने ये कहा।
यस प्रभु।
क्योंकि ये भक्ति मार्ग में जब कदम रखते हैं सत्संग की वजह से, महामंत्र की वजह से, उनके अंदर रिफॉर्मेशन होता है। रिवॉर्म वो लिखा ना लास्ट स्टेटमेंट में, देखिए आप लास्ट स्टेटमेंट, द रियल रिफॉर्मेशन इज टू एनलाइटन ऑल पीपल टू बिकम डिवोटी ऑफ द लॉर्ड एंड दैट विल चेक ऑल काइंड ऑफ डिटोरिएटिंग फैक्टर ऑफ द लाइफ। वो लास्ट स्टेटमेंट आप पढ़िए, परपोर्ट का नहीं, लास्ट नहीं, परपोर्ट का जो बिल्वा मंगल ठाकुर से पहले वाला पैराग्राफ का आखिरी वाक्य को पढ़िए।
हाँ, अच्छा हो कि वेश्याएं बाजारों में उपलब्ध हो, जिससे समाज की पवित्रता कायम रहे। समाज के अंदर वेश्यावृत्ति को प्रोत्साहन देने की अपेक्षा वेश्या वर्ग को बनाए रखना अच्छा होगा। वास्तविक सुधार तो सभी लोगों को भगवत भक्त बनने के लिए प्रबुद्ध करना है, जिससे जीवन के समस्त पतनोन्मुख कारकों पर रोक लगेगी।
हाँ, यहाँ पर आपका उसका जवाब दिया हुआ है।
हाँ, यस प्रभु।
उनको जब मौका मिल जाता है तो जब जैसे ही वो भक्त के साथ संग लेके भक्त भावनामृत में आते हैं तो ये सब वेश्यागिरी, वो जो भी मायागिरी, सब बंद हो जाता है, सब खत्म हो जाएगा। ये नहीं कि वो वैसे ही रहेगा और भक्ति करेगा, ये असंभव है। आप 2 कार को एक साथ नहीं चला सकते। एक भौतिक का कार है और एक आध्यात्मिक का गाड़ी है। किसी एक गाड़ी के ही आप चला सकते हैं ना
जी। यस।
इसलिए जो पहले इधर गलती करो या अच्छा करो, कोई फायदा नहीं है। लेकिन जैसे ही भक्ति भावनामृत में आ गया, कृष्ण भावनामृत में आ गया, तो ये सब छोड़ना पड़ता है। अपने आप छूटेगा वो, हमको जबरदस्ती नहीं, अपने आप छूटेगा ये, क्योंकि भक्ति इतना मधुर है कि वो अपने आप छुड़ा देगा। यही वो छुड़ा देगा अपने आप।
यस प्रभु।
थैंक यू, बहुत ही सुंदर सवाल आपने पूछा है। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
धन्यवाद प्रभु, धन्यवाद। ठीक हो गया।
वाह, थैंक यू। हरे कृष्णा। जय गुरु महाराज की जय। ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। और किसी को कोई सवाल शक, एनीबॉडी हैज एनी डाउट और क्वेश्चंस और कमेंट्स, प्लीज शेयर विद अस। 5 4 3
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु।
हरे कृष्णा।
गैम्बलिंग इन द सेंस ये जो शेयर मार्केट है और जो गेम है, जो क्रिप्टो करेंसी, ये सब उसके अंदर ही आता है ना?
हाँ, सब कुछ उसके अंदर आता है। पैसा की लालची जो बढ़ाता है वो गैम्बलिंग होता है। पैसा का लालची को जो बढ़ाता है वो, क्योंकि बिना काम किए किसी को चीटिंग करके किसी और पैसा को लूटने के लिए कुछ पैसा को लगाते हैं ना, वो गैम्बलिंग है।
ओके ओके। पैसा से पैसा कमाना गैम्बलिंग है?
नहीं, पैसा से पैसा कमाना गैम्बलिंग नहीं है। अगर पैसा को आप बैंक में डिपॉजिट करेंगे, किसी बिजनेस के अंदर इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, उससे आप पैसा कमाएंगे, वो गैम्बलिंग नहीं है। गैम्बलिंग वो है जो क्या बोलते हैं, अनऑथराइज्ड तरीकों से पैसा को कमाना।
ओके ओके।
वेद अपना जो वेदा के विरुद्ध में पैसा कमाना, किसी कंपनी में काम करना, वो सब जो है वो नहीं है, उससे पैसा कमाना। और किसी कंपनी के लिए इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, बिजनेस में पैसा इन्वेस्ट करेंगे और उसका लाभ से हम शेयर लेंगे, वो सब जो है गलत नहीं है।
ओके ओके।
शेयर मार्केट को अपना धंधा बनाना गलत है।
हाँ।
शेयर मार्केटिंग को अपना बिजनेस बनाना गलत है।
ओके।
लेकिन किसी कंपनी की बिजनेस में इन्वेस्ट करके पार्टनर बन के उसका पैसा कमाना गलत नहीं है। डायरेक्ट इन्वॉल्वमेंट नहीं होना चाहिए।
ओके ओके। हरि बोल।
हरि बोल।
थैंक यू।
अभी बैंक में हम पैसा डालते हैं, बैंक वहां पैसा को कहाँ डालता है? वो तो शेयर मार्केटिंग में ही डालता है ना। हाँ, तो वो गलत नहीं है। हम जो करेंगे वो गलत नहीं है, वो करेगा वो उसका गलती है।
ओके।
हमारा गलती नहीं।
ओके,
गुड क्वेश्चन, थैंक यू। 5 4 3 2 1 0। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर द एसोसिएशन। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय।
जय।
पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। पतित पावन श्रील गुरु महाराज की जय। भागवत सत्संग की जय।
जय।
तो कल सुबह विदाउट फेल आप लोग सब जो है 7 बजे यहाँ पर एकत्रित होना है, क्योंकि हम वृंदावन यात्रा का बारे में चर्चा करेंगे, वृंदावन का बारे में सुनेंगे, कैसे हम जाएंगे, क्या क्या देखेंगे। तो हम अपने आप को वृंदावन की यात्रा के लिए तैयारी कर रहे हैं कल से, कल और परसों। तो बिना टाइम लगाए आप 7 बजे हम लोग एकत्रित होंगे टुमारो फॉर वृंदावन यात्रा स्पीच। वैष्णव प्रणाम। पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय।